Hello, people, and welcome to Footy JUDGEMO. Listen. Premier League is about to start. We are recording this the day Manchester United play Fulham. And everyone was asking Footy JUDGEMO, you have to back a team this season. You have to back a team this season. So I'm choosing a team. I'm actually choosing a team. Listen, before you go on and enjoy the show and enjoy this video, just hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, because I'm in to reveal who I'm backing this season. Everyone will think this, everyone will think that, but I'm telling you, we have first to speak about who must make top four, who must win the Premier League. And I'm just gonna tell you here, like the video, because I think you're gonna be surprised who I am backing this season. There are two teams that I think, in my opinion, should make top four, must make top four. Number one, Manchester United, with the new board, with the new director of football, with all the people that in the boardroom, the new ones that are back in Ten Hag, that gave him a new year, another year of extension. After the review of last season, I don't know how they did it, but they did it. And they backed him with signing Lenioro, Mazraoui, De Ligt, Xerxes, and they are in for Ugarte. They might actually get Ugarte this weekend, along with the other players. The likes of 𝐔𝐬𝐞 now is going to start his second season. And Man United, I think he's going to be a star. I think the kid is in for a great season. But I'm not backing Manchester United, of course. I am not backing Manchester United to make top four. I don't think so. There is Spurs, there is Newcastle, there is Aston Villa. But I think the team that I'm backing this season, to make top four, are Chelsea Football Club. Believe it or not, 1 year later, I still don't like the way they run the project, but I'm being objective. People say, Mo, you have an agenda here, you have an agenda there. I'm telling you, the talent at Chelsea, of course, we know that Maresca is a little bit suspect, and we'll talk about it. But the talent up front, especially buying Pedro Neto, Cole Palmer, the way we saw 𝐔𝐬𝐞 in the preseason. There is Lavia as well. Lavia, Caicedo, 𝐒𝐞, Cole Palmer, even Jackson in his second season, along with Pedro Neto. I think that Enzo Maresca will be able to make it fire up top. I think they will be amazing going forward. However, we still have the defensive fragility that they have. They're always wide open, as we saw in preseason. And listen, I'm going to say the same. As much as I didn't know Arne Slot and Enzo Maresca, after watching Arne Slot in preseason, I said, this guy looks very good. Set up the team very, very well. I'm going to say the same about Maresca, but only going forward. But I think with Malo Gusto, Fofana, Levi Colwill, I think he will fix the defense. He might not fix it to be Arsenal or Man City or Liverpool, but I think he will make it good enough so they can make top four, especially with Lavia and Caicedo in front of that defense. And also Judgemo, a lot of people don't like him. I like him. Very mobile, athletic, runs up and down the pitch. And of course, they might be adding 𝐒𝐤𝐿. And 𝐒𝐤𝐿 provides something completely different. The true number 9. I'm a big believer in 𝐒𝐤𝐿. Chelsea get 𝐒𝐤𝐿, I think they're in for a great season. So I'm backing Chelsea to make top four above everyone else in that category. But the team that I'm actually backing to win the Premier League, and this is not hopium or Mo, you're hoping, I think it's time to break the Man City cycle. There is no hate for Man City. Fantastic, amazing team. Pep Guardiola, arguably the best or one of the best in the history of the sport, changed football completely. But I think there are aspects and there are factors that made me think that Arsenal will win the Premier League. I'm backing them this season to win the Premier League. Because as a neutral, I want to see a new winner of the Premier League. That's number one. The number two is that the story has to end with this guy winning the Premier League. Arteta, taken over the team 5 years ago or 4.5 years ago. Keep adding and adding and adding player. And now in this market. And the reason why I'm backing them, the margins last season between Man City and Arsenal. And as a Man City fan, you can't tell me that it was a big margin. 2 points, one game swing, one decision here and there, one luck here and there. And Man City have the mentality to go all the way at the end of the season. Arsenal went toe to toe with them all season. Got 4 points of them in both games. So I think Arsenal the margins are very close. So I think with the signings and with Timber, who hasn't played last season, I think Arsenal will have Timber as a new signing, Calafiori as a new signing. We know now reported that Mikel Merino is very close. I think Mikel Merino will have a fantastic impact on that team. Also, Gabriel Jesus, he doesn't have to get you 20 plus goals, 30 goals. He looks fit, he looks sharp, he looks very, very good. I think that defense of Timber and also Calafiori as a left back, Gabriel, Saliba, Ben White, that's the strongest defense in the Premier League, hands down. Bukayo Saka is in for a Bukayo Saka season. It doesn't matter what you say about Bukayo Saka, the guy gets you numbers. And on the contrary, Man City now at the current moment, the trial is happening, and we know that's a little bit of instability. Pep Guardiola himself hasn't made a decision yet, and I think that will affect the squad. The guy hasn't made a decision about staying or leaving the club. And if you're going to tell me that that doesn't affect the team, it does. It does affect the team. Also, they haven't yet signed a backup for Rodri. Julian Alvarez left. Do they need another forward? Oscar Bob is injured. Unfortunately, I feel bad for the kid for 3-4 months. So they signed Savio or Savinho, however you want to call him. Good player and everything, but inexperienced. Very, very young, I think 20, 21 years old. So that's why I think I am back in Arsenal to finally, after 21 years, to win the Premier League. And finally, Mikel Arteta, at the end, will get the share on the top, which is win the Premier League. Of course, the margins are fine. I'm not saying that Arsenal will definitely win the Premier League. But I think if you're asking me to pick a favorite, I'm going to pick Arsenal. And I'm backing them to win the Premier League. I'm not hiding. I'm not sitting on the fence. I think it's their year for all the reasons I mentioned to you. They are, I think, getting closer and closer to City. And they got so close last season that I think this season, it will be their year. There is no but, there is no maybe, there is no ifs. I think it's going to be their year. Manchester City are still in the market to replace Julian Alvarez. Will get another midfielder. Is there Bruno Guimaraes? But I don't think Newcastle will let him go that deep in the window. So I think it's very simple. I think I'm back in Arsenal to win the Premier League, and I'm back in Chelsea to make top 4. And that's a surprise for a lot of people because they didn't think I'll back Chelsea. I'm trying to be objective. Chelsea are the team that I think is closer to make top 4. Enzo Maresca, inexperienced, but they're adding players that have experience. As I mentioned, Pedro Neto, Tosin, good player, not amazing. And they are into add Osimhen as well, I think so. I think that Osimhen deal is going to happen. But even without Osimhen, I think they're going to make top 4. But listen, make sure to like the video before you go. Subscribe to the channel for I know this will trigger a lot of people. But I am here to say the truth. And that is my truth. It is not your truth. I want to know who you think is going to win the Premier League and who you think is going to make top 4. Let me know down in the comments. We'll see you guys later. We are out of here, people.